Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Several people are hurt after a shooting at a party over the weekend. Now Rockford officers are working to find the gunman. Kids are getting ready to head back to class. We'll hear from one local teacher on how she's preparing for the new school year. And a local church opens up a path for visitors to be immersed in nature. Organizers hope the walkway will create strong bonds within the community. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Eric is off tonight. We'll get to those stories in just a minute, but first, storms are moving through parts of the state line. Let's head right back over to Candace in the Weather Center.
Yeah, Mimi, we've had a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings for parts of the area, mostly to the southwest of Rockford. Carroll, Whiteside County had a few severe thunderstorm warnings. Now watching a couple of flash flood warnings. Nothing for the immediate area, but I am keeping a closer eye on some of the thunderstorms that are moving through parts of Ogle and southeastern parts of Lee County. No active warnings at the moment. However, there has been a little rotation kind of noted within the storm that is passing through and east of Amboy, now getting closer towards Brooklyn, just passed through West Brooklyn and then down towards Paw Paw. There were a couple reports of some funnel clouds associated with that as that storm has been moving through. So all of this is forming along kind of this occluded front as it's working through north central Illinois. So that is why, as these thunderstorms are going up, we're seeing just a little bit of rotation with it. So it is not out of the realm of possibility, and that threat is going to be greatest to the south of us. So across Ogle and Lee counties, that there may be a brief funnel cloud or even a quick touchdown before that lifts up over the next hour or two. That is a possibility. So we're watching those thunderstorms as those move very quickly, or I shouldn't say very quickly, those move slowly to the east, but it will continue to kind of monitor that here as we go through this evening. Now that storm threat, something that'll last here, I think, through about 7, 8 o'clock this evening. We'll actually start to see some of those showers begin to spread a little further northward and some heavy rainfall associated with that. We've already had heavy rain come down with some of the thunderstorms from earlier today, and these storms with their slow movement are producing some significant rainfall as well. So that heavy rain threat will be there. We'll keep with the cloud cover overnight, but I think after about 7, 8 o'clock, most of this will be moving out of here. After that, things look fairly dry. Then you've got that warm up too. So I'll talk a little more about that coming up here in the full forecast a little later.
All right, thanks, Candace. Rock County Sheriff's Police investigate a death in an abandoned home. Around noon yesterday, Rock County Dispatch received an anonymous tip that a person was found dead in a vacant house in the town of Turtle. Deputies were able to confirm the report. Currently, Dane County Medical Examiner's Office is working to identify the person. Investigators say there's no danger to the public. We'll keep you updated as more information is released. 7 people are injured after a shooting over the weekend. On Saturday, around 4 in the morning, Rockford police were called to a home near Fisher and Haskell Avenues. Officers found 6 women and 1 man suffering from non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. Police were told there was a party at a home when an SUV drove by and multiple rounds were fired. All the victims were transported for treatment. A felon's arrested after firing a shotgun into the Rock River. This incident happened yesterday evening around 6 on Country Club Beach Drive. Officers got reports of a man shooting towards Martin Park. Officers took Mark Brown into custody. Police recovered a 12-gauge shotgun, a loaded revolver, and a large amount of ammunition. Brown is charged with reckless discharge of a firearm and unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. He was lodged in the Winnebago County Jail. A Freeport 17-year-old is arrested after shooting at his older brother. Around 1 in the morning Saturday, Freeport police were called to an apartment near West Beach Street for reports of shots fired. Officers found a 17-year-old had fired a handgun during an argument with his 25-year-old brother. Police found a loaded pistol outside the apartment building. The 17-year-old's currently in custody at a juvenile detention center awaiting a hearing. No one was injured during the incident. Tonight, Freeport City Council members will discuss a crime reduction plan. The goal is to establish a task force to dive into a plan that bring recommendations back to the council to implement. Some of the ideas include passing new narcotics and gang loitering ordinances, creating a rental licensing system for landlords, and mandating rental property inspections. City leaders say these ordinances are expected to help alleviate neighborhood crime. This week, many kids in the state line will head back to the classroom, and their teachers are making sure everything's ready for the new year. Jess Lipson stopped by one school today to talk with the teacher as she gets ready. And Jess, what's she doing?
Mimi, teachers are getting their year planned out as well as classrooms in tip-top shape. The one teacher I spoke to says students at home can start getting prepared as well.
At the start of the year is always fun and exciting and a little nerve-wracking because you can't wait to meet your new students.
As students across the state line get ready to go back to school, local teachers have already been hard at work prepping for their incoming students. Fourth grade teacher at Monroe Center Grade School, Mandy Poliska, is putting the finishing touches on her classroom.
I try to have resources on my wall that are not only helpful to my students, but also they're not overwhelming, they're not overstimulating. The biggest compliment I get is when people come in my classroom, they're like, oh, it's so calming.
Ahead of the start of the year, Mandy is getting students' workbooks organized and activities set. She tells me that she makes labels to personalize things for the students, hoping to have a classroom that is fun, comfortable, and encourages her students to learn.
I love having an impact on the kids in our community. What I love is not only building a relationship with my students that year, but also carrying a relationship with my students in the years to come.
While Mandy and teachers all over the state line get ready for the school year, there are steps your child can take to be prepared as well.
Just like getting in that bedtime routine, going to bed at a decent time so you're used to getting up at a decent time and you're good and rested. Fuel your body with a good breakfast. Be prepared as you can with your supplies and those types of things so you're setting the year off on a good note.
Teachers say throughout the school year, it is important to engage with your student about what they're learning. Go through their folders and stuff they bring home to stay in the loop and have conversations about the work itself. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Jess. A local church unveils a new nature path for the community. Back in 2020, the United Lutheran Church received a grant from Winnebago County to plant local flowers in an effort to provide homes for pollinators, birds, and other wildlife. Recently, a local Boy Scout, Brody Scroggins, cut a path through the space for visitors. The church's pastor hopes the area can become a space of learning and tranquility.
It strengthens and broadens our mission to the neighbors. We feel called to love and serve our neighbors, and so we've given this land that's God gave to us first, and it's beautiful and full of all kinds of living things.
The church hopes to partner with local elementary schools to provide hikes through the area. The investigation into President Biden's son Hunter is heating up, and lawmakers are reacting to the appointment of a special counsel to the case. Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson has more.
He loves his son.
The White House is now weighing in on the appointment of a special counsel to investigate the potential crimes of Hunter Biden.
This case was handled independently by the Justice Department under leadership of a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney.
On Friday, Attorney General Merrick Garland elevated Weiss to special counsel, which gave him additional powers to continue his probe into Hunter Biden's alleged tax and gun violations.
The appointment seems more narrow than what Bill Barr had given him.
Even though he was appointed by former President Trump, Republicans like Ohio Congressman Mike Turner say Weiss is the wrong person for the job.
That he was the one that allowed the statute of limitations to expire on some very critical felony charges that could have been brought against Hunter Biden.
But former Vice President Mike Pence calls the appointment the right move.
The American people have a right to know whether or not President Biden's family benefited or that he himself benefited when he was serving in the job that I had.
Pence also encouraged House Republicans to continue their investigation into the Biden family.
These are facts the American people have a right to get to the bottom of.
Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin says Republicans should let the Justice Department do its job.
This guy was addicted to drugs and did a lot of really unlawful and wrong things, and we have said let the justice system run its course.
Reporting in Washington, Rashad Hudson.
The city of Atlanta is preparing for the next possible indictment against former President Donald Trump. Numerous current and former Georgia politicians were seen at the Fulton County Courthouse today. Some of them were there to testify in regards to the former president's potential efforts to overturn the 2020 election loss in the state. Some streets were closed due to the influx of pedestrians. If he is indicted, this would be the 2024 presidential candidate's fourth criminal indictment.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, we have been watching some thunderstorms as those have moved through parts of the area pretty much throughout the morning and then into the afternoon. Had some heavy rainfall come through earlier today. Thankfully, none of that was severe. The second round coming in, one we do have to pay a little closer attention to. Keeping an eye on a line of thunderstorms extending from south of Oregon right down through Paw Paw and then close to that Lee-DeKalb County line. While none of these have a severe thunderstorm warning or any warning with them for the matter, we are watching these closely. Reason being, this has had a history of producing some severe weather back across parts of Carroll County and Whiteside County, and also some very strong winds as it moved through portions of Lee County. Also with this, we have had some reports of a couple funnel clouds from outside of Amboy and then outside of West Brookland and Brooklyn there in southeast Lee County. So we don't have any warnings with this just yet, but these little kind of notches and areas of rotation, something that we are paying very close attention to as that line kind of continues to work through parts of Ogle and Lee County. First one coming in just to the southeast here of Oregon out towards Pine Rock, so this is south of 64. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to produce any sort of funnel cloud or tornado, but that possibility is there. And the reason that possibility is there is because it is forming right along this boundary that is stretching through north central Illinois. So wherever we see a little bit of that red and green kind of coming together, that indicates some very broad rotation. So that is one area that I'm watching here in Ogle County. Next one moving in just to the south of Paw Paw, east of I-39. This is coming close to the Lee and DeKalb County line, entering into southwest DeKalb County, and then some stronger winds possibly there along US 34 outside of the immediate area. These are slowly moving off to the east and kind of northeast at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So all of this tied into this area of low pressure that is now working through parts of northwest and west central Illinois, and that'll continue to work through. So as it pivots to the south of us, we're getting these showers that are expanding to the north of here. Now, my other concern with this is the potential for some very heavy rainfall coming in with this too. We have had some flash flood warnings outside of the area, but anytime you get these thunderstorms that form over the same area for a longer duration of time, it is possible that we may end up with some localized flooding. So what's going on here in our atmosphere to produce these potential funnel clouds or even land spouts? Well, we have this boundary, this occluded front with that low pressure system. This is where we have an area of converging winds or winds coming together. What that is doing is it's stretching whatever little spin we have in the atmosphere and putting it into the vertical, because we have a lot of rising air, and that air is rising very quickly throughout the atmosphere. So it's not something that we will potentially or are going to see, I should say, but it is a possibility with any of those thunderstorms to the south of us. We also have a couple flood watches for southern Wisconsin and northeast Illinois, and again, watching that potential along with some very heavy rainfall for that risk for some localized flooding as we go through this evening. So these storms are going to continue through about 7, 8 o'clock tonight. After that, our winds are going to pick up behind that, so it does get windy. We start off with some cloud cover on Tuesday. We do dry things out and warm things up too, Mimi. Look at that. We've got the 90s coming up by the time we get into early next week.
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
There was a whole lot to like about the Bears' first preseason performance Saturday, a 23-17 win over the Titans. Right there near the top of performers was rookie cornerback Tyreek Stevenson. The second-round pick out of Miami looked like an impact player and led the Bears with 7 tackles and 1 tackle for loss. He's a hard-nosed player who doesn't look like a rookie.
He's wired that way, and I think he's a really good competitor, which I love. And we knew he was going to be a good tackler and a physical corner, because you could see that on tape in the evaluation. And he's just going to continue to grow. This is a big week for him because he's going to be able to guard different guys.
The Bears will be practicing with the Colts this week leading up to their preseason game in Indy. In Green Bay, practice today was overshadowed by a special visitor. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell was there. He made it official. Green Bay will host the 2025 NFL Draft.
But the real beauty of it is really it's a chance for you to put your community on the biggest stage. And we think that that's really the opportunity here for you all. Everyone's going to see Green Bay.
The Packers' next preseason game will be this Saturday against the Patriots. That'll start at 7 o'clock. You can once again see it on Rockford's My Network TV. Speaking of the Patriots, they're going to have a new guy in uniform soon, perhaps for that game. Ezekiel Elliott has signed with them. Former Cowboy gets a one-year deal that could pay him up to $6 million with incentives. I'll be continuing our football two-a-days later this evening. 2 more previews. At 6 o'clock, we'll check out the Jefferson Jayhawks. Then at 9 and 10 is the defending Nick 10 champion Boylan Titans. And this Friday, there's a whole lot more high school football coming your way. Overtime returns at 11 p.m. on Fox 39. Reagan Holgate, Tim Bailey, and I will preview the upcoming season.
Your radar's been very colorful all afternoon.
Yeah, we had the heavier rain come through this morning, and a lot of folks saying they got 1 inch to 1.5 inches to even 2 inches. Some areas not as much from the first round, but the locations that didn't get as much the first round, likely getting some heavier rainfall here as we've got those thunderstorms coming through. And we're still keeping an eye on a couple of those storms as they're moving through Ogle and Lee counties here. You can see that on the First Warn Interactive Radar, always on mystateline.com. So there is still that low end risk for severe thunderstorm or 2 as that kind of works through these next couple of hours, but also the potential for some not only heavy rainfall, but some minor flooding too. So just be mindful of that here as we go through this evening. We are 59 tonight, 78 tomorrow, and then 90s next week.
Thanks, Candace, and thanks for joining us. Have a good evening.